that it be handled responsibly. That's what I want. That's what is appropriate. If someone does something and makes a mistake, we all understand that. Don't compound the mistake by trying to change the subject or change the story as to what actually happened. Mr. Blais, I can make a mistake, and I've done it myself. But the bottom line is, I want to make sure that when I do communicate, and I feel that it's my responsibility when important things happen, that the community council get notified. Normally, again, you're new on the council, maybe you didn't understand. I believe we've had communications before, talks before, but that is apparently irrelevant to anything that we have this particular situation. But the bottom line is, I gave the council recommendations to follow from a generic standpoint. I can't have the police department, and the police department can speak for themselves after I'm finished. When they do something that's official, they need to be in control of that action and that activity. Me, as even the public safety director, you as members of the council, should be working through either myself and or the police department to determine what public information needs to be made available depending on the circumstances. So, I gave you some recommendations to follow. The members of the police department are here. They can speak for themselves on what is confidential, what is not confidential, what was actually let out at what particular time. And, if you want them to answer the allegations that Mr. Blais has raised, fine. I don't particularly think it's helpful to have it go back and forth thing. The issue is rather generic. When we call you with information, please handle it responsibly. If you have a question as to whether or not you should be doing something with that information, make a phone call to someone before you go out and do it. You, me. I include myself in that. So that's the issue. I want to communicate with you. I want to keep you informed. If I can't trust the fact that what I tell you that is a confidential situation can't remain so, then we're going to have a different way of communicating with each other, one that I don't want to have.
Perhaps we can all work together on this, Mr. Wood, in so much as, if it's confidential, maybe we can state it's confidential. If it's confidential, maybe we're not going to leave a message on someone's home answering machine, indicating that perhaps it's not confidential. Maybe it's, I'm sorry, my lips were still moving. That's a good indication that I might still be speaking.
Mr. Wood, you are out of order now.
Thank you, Madam President. Additionally, perhaps all of this information isn't necessary. Could it have been conveyed just as easily to turn around and say, a body was found? That's it. The police are investigating. You gave us very little information. It didn't appear to be confidential. It certainly didn't appear by the method that it was left. I mean, it has been the policy, there have been problems in the past where the administration has given out too much information. People's social security numbers, personal information, things that have led to big problems. Things that should not have been released. Things that the council should not have had. That not only violate what would be constituted as protocol, but violate state and federal law as well. Perhaps we can all work together, Mr. Wood, but that requires the effort of everyone.
Again, don't be misled by this conversation. We have not let anything out that's inappropriate now or before. You want to make that twist and turn on that particular subject, Kevin, fine. Public information is public information. If it has social security numbers in it, any other number, date of birth, it is still public information. I'm sure because of your lawsuit potential, we'll all find that out now, won't we? As for whether or not what you said and what the police department did is accurate, I would like the police department to answer that without having to go back and forth with this tripe. There's issues on the table, let's finish it off, and let's get on to new business.
Colonel Gannon, would you wish to make a statement at this time?
The information that we gave out on the date of the homicide was, as Councilman Blais said, in the news release. Simply the fact of the time that we responded, that a body was found, the gender was not identified, and that we were treating it as a suspicious death. As far as gender, time it had been there, any other information about the crime scene we did not give out on November 9th.
Madam President, if I may respond to that. Are you familiar with the call article that appeared on November 10th, Colonel?
I don't know if I read it or not, I can't say for sure.
I'll begin and I'll read it to you briefly. Woman's body found in woods by Joseph Mayo. Hunters walking in the woods of the Black Cut State Management Area off of Spring Lake Road found the body of an as-yet unidentified woman Friday. The two men had been out with a group of other hunters in pursuit of a deer about 8:30 a.m. when they made the disturbing discovery, according to Burrillville Police Lieutenant Kevin San Antonio. They were tracking a doe and came upon it, San Antonio said. The body was found about 50 feet into the woods off Spring Lake Road, he said. There were indications at the scene that led police to suspect foul play and may have been involved in the woman's death, but San Antonio would not elaborate on those on Friday. We're treating this as, quote, we're treating this as a crime scene, and it does appear to be suspicious at this time, San Antonio said. While the police in Woonsocket and Lincoln have been searching for two missing women on separate cases since midsummer, San Antonio declined to speculate as to whether either case may be linked to the discovery. We're not going to comment on that at this point, he said. It goes to speak about Vicki Conley. The body was found off of, we're trying to determine, Woonsocket police also responded to the location on Friday while the medical examiner's office was removing the body. As the Department of Environmental Management enforcement officers who have jurisdiction over there. Identifying the body would be the first step in the investigation, San Antonio said. And notifying the woman's family is the next. I can go on and on. It's quite lengthy. It's quite descriptive. Would you like to review this?
No, I'd like to say that on November 9th, I put this press release out. It does not say in that article that you just read anything about a female body. It does not say, I did not tell, it's not quoted by me as saying it's a female body.
Actually, it's quoted 3 different times in this article by you stating it's a female's
No,
body.
it does not. They got their information from somebody else. It's not me. This is the press release that I gave out on the 9th. That's all it says.
San Antonio said, and notifying the woman's family is the next step.
They already knew it was a woman. The reporter knew it was a woman from talking to somebody else, not me. It says I did not identify the person or the body in that article, and I did not. Here it is.
Clearly, the information is over here and it's attributed to you. I'm sorry that it's...
That's not the subject of this discussion. If I call you with information, I expect it to be confidential. If you have a question about it, give me a call. If it's a police matter, call the chief before you go out and talk to the press and decide you want to have a press conference or some kind of press coverage. That's my request. If you can't do that, and I'm not trying to be mean about this, then we'll just change our policy in terms of calling a council. And we certainly won't leave messages on anybody's answering machines.
Mrs. Dutcher.
I'd like to move that we develop some sort of resolution for our next agenda so that this doesn't happen again.
Can't take a vote on that now. You can put it on the next agenda.
Could we please, I'd like to move that it be placed on the next agenda.
For discussion.
Well, for discussion and a resolution.
I have a motion on the floor. A motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Our town manager indicated he was going to be showing video tomorrow, you said? Is that a continuation of this council meeting?
Look, I'm an administrative official. If I want to show a videotape to the press, I'm capable of probably do that without your permission. But if the press asks me, I'll be happy to show them the videotape and the audio tape of the meeting that you misrepresented what happened between the police department and the incident.
Misrepresented, that's what this is.
Gentlemen, we are going to move on with this. 08-016, request for executive session.